Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Starting 11 show for Chelsea versus Arsenal in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. Yes, it is the big one under the lights at Stamford Bridge. Before the watch-long, we are going to get into the Starting 11. So let me introduce to you my absolutely awesome panel. First up, after making his absolutely amazing debut, yes, he has been pulled straight back into the AFTV first team, making another appearance. He's not negative, no, he's positive. Positive Dan's in the building. So next on my right-hand side, introducing to you our favourite Simpson. No, it's not OJ Simpson. It's not Lisa Simpson. It's not Marge Simpson. Yes, the face of Fanta, now the face of AFTV. It's Liv Simpson. And last but no means least, yes, this guy has come back from being ill. Yeah, he's not ill anymore, but he's still. No. But he's. You ruined it, man. You absolutely ruined it. No, this guy's not ill anymore, but he's still the sickest brother I know. Yeah, we don't want to draw, we don't want to tie, but we want Christian tie. Yes.
Appreciate it.
Oh, Christian, you do that to me all the time, man. I had that absolutely free-flowing. I must have rehearsed it about 800 times, and then you just dive straight in and absolutely buckle me.
I always appreciate that, man.
Oh, it's good. How are you, mate?
I'm all right, yeah, feeling better. I think we did Hippodrome last week, and I think a few people were feeling the effects. Yeah, no, literally.
Yeah.
I think Ella was a bit ill. But yeah, no, I'm good. Sad I wasn't here last week, but we got the win, and hoping for another win today.
Good. Liv, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate.
Yeah. So what happened there, Liv? We never really probably got into it on Sunday.
I broke my foot.
You broke your foot? Yeah. Oh, how did you do that?
I slipped.
You slipped? Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. So what sort of operation did you have?
Just putting my bones back together.
Putting your bones back together. Oh,
that's a good operation.
Yeah, it sounds like a great operation, if that's actually what happened. But yeah, it will be revealed, no doubt, at some point. So, Dan, how are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing. Really looking forward to the game. Very excited. I'm hoping that Mr. Mikel Arteta can get over his hoodoo of semi-finals and we can take one step into the final. As I've alluded to before, I think this is humongous. I think this is perhaps the most important the Carabao Cup has ever been for Arsenal, in recent history anyway. Because if we win this trophy, I just think it gives us so much momentum going into the rest of the season to pick up hopefully more trophies.
And also watching what City did yesterday.
Exactly.
Like comfortably, it should have been 3-0. That Semenyo offside was ridiculous. They're pretty much, one hand, one foot in the final. So we know who we've got to play. The confidence they're going to have now, pretty much in a final. If we were to get knocked out tonight, you look at the momentum of the two clubs, them going on, potentially winning a trophy, being in a final, us cowering out to a Chelsea team that we should be beating. So yeah, exactly. I agree with you. Momentum-wise, this is huge.
Do you know what? You make a really good point. I watched that game, and obviously that last goal for me, if I'm honest with you, with City, like Newcastle pressed them at the end. City it was a bit of a boring game, I thought, in the first half, and then Newcastle were pressing them, and then right at the death, that goal down that left-hand side. That was a seriously silky goal. Yeah. That was unreal. That was they just executed it, got the 2-0, and you've got to say take it back to their place. And they're probably favourites to go through to the final. If we can obviously do it over the next two legs, it will probably be then. So before the starting 11 comes out, it's going to come out in about 13 minutes time. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive onto the AFTV app on our phones there. We're going to dive into it, and we are going to pick our team, what our starting 11 is going to be. We're going to go through from goalkeeper all the way through to striker, agree on the formation, the positions, then I'm going to send it to production and put it up on the screen. Anyone who's watching at home or wherever you're watching in your car or whatever, please get involved with the AFTV app and you'll see how easy it is. So we're going to get in. So all agreed, 4-3-3?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Going in 4-3-3. Right. Who are we going to put in goal?
So I put out TikTok last night saying Kepa because I just think it's fair. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? He's got us thus far and he deserves a start. But I think, having said at the end of that video as well that we need to put out our strongest team, I'd have to go with Raya.
Okay. You guys?
I'm going for Kepa.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think he's been up. Look, he had a bit of a wobbly moment at Portsmouth. He could have done better where he parried it and they scored. I think he's played in all of the games so far. Now, listen, if we make the final, I might have a different call.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's against Manchester City in a final, but I think yeah, he's at his old club. He hasn't really put a foot wrong when he played this season. I think David Raya as well.
Yeah.
It's one less opportunity for him to get injured, because if he did get injured, you know, it's a big drop off. Nothing like last season, which I'm really happy that we got Kepa. I always said it was a great move for £5 million.
Definitely.
But yeah, I would go with Kepa.
Yeah, cool. Christian?
I'll go David Raya. I'll go as strong as possible. Like you say, he made the mistake against Portsmouth where he parries it straight out into the danger zone. If that's not Portsmouth, if that's City, and we go 1-0 down in the first 10 minutes, or Chelsea tonight, you might not come back and win the game. So don't get me wrong, Kepa's a good keeper. If he started tonight, I'm not going to be mad about it, but I would, from what we're saying about we need to win this, I'll go as strong as possible.
So
I'll start Raya.
I would personally go for Kepa, and the reason why obviously he made that mistake. So for me, it's a chance for him to right his wrongs, because we know he's a good goalkeeper. Right the wrongs against that, essentially that goal against Portsmouth, going back to his old club, and I like that. And I think it's fair giving him some game time. If he gets it wrong tonight, we've always got the leg at the Emirates. So who are we going to go for? Who are we going to agree on?
Who do we think he'll put in?
I think he will go with Kepa.
Yeah, we'll put Kepa in.
Yeah.
Yeah, shall we?
They asked him about this specifically in his interview.
Yeah.
And he sort of danced around it. But what he said is that he doesn't believe in cup goalkeepers.
Yeah, he did say that. Yeah.
Yeah. So who are we going to go for?
Let's put Kepa in.
Let's put Kepa in. So Kepa goes in goal. Right back. Who are we putting at right back?
Ben White.
I would play Timber.
Yeah.
It's a difficult one, isn't it? Me and you was having this chat the other day, Marty, wasn't we? Because, of course, he could go Ben White. But the last time he played Ben White, 2 or 3 games in a row,
got injured.
He just come back from an injury. He got injured.
I'm lying, actually. I wouldn't play. Sorry, Dan. I wouldn't play Timber. I play Ben White.
Yeah, Timber on the left. Same.
Yeah. So
Same.
That is the strongest.
That's an option. Or do we go with MLS on the left hand side?
I just think Miles has been off it.
Yeah.
This whole season,
so
really.
we agreed we're going to go Ben White at right back.
Yeah. Timber at left back.
And Timber at left back. All right, Ben White, right back, and let's put Timber in at left back. Right-sided centre-back. Obviously, we've heard in the T News that Saliba has travelled with the squad, but yesterday he was a doubt, and today he's still a doubt, but he's with the squad. Is this some sort of housery going on with Mikel Arteta?
I hope so.
I think it's mind games.
Mind games,
Him and Trossard, I think they're both.
Should we stick Saliba in there?
Yeah, go on then.
Right,
But if not, if he isn't available, then I'd go
left-sided centre-back.
No, I don't think there's no way he could play Norgard against Chelsea at centre.
No, I don't know.
I don't know. I thought it was really good. Well, it's Pompey. I know it's Pompey, but I thought it's really good.
I think Timber would go there.
So then Ben White starts right back and you play Miles.
And Lewis Skelly on the left.
Gabriel?
I don't think Norgard. Look, in the midfield, maybe. I don't think you could play a centre midfielder of his stature and with
I know what you mean.
against a Chelsea side who are full of pace. No, I wouldn't like to see him starting centre back.
Okay.
Against,
So
Chelsea.
who are we going with?
I think Saliba.
Saliba and Gabriel.
Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes. Right, we're going the number 6 role. Okay. Zubimendi.
Yes.
Even though he might need a rest. But
Zuba Maestro.
Okay, Zuba Maestro. Let's stick him straight in there. Right, left-sided midfielder, left-sided 8.
Ballon d'Or winner.
Declan Rice. Who?
Ballon d'Or winner.
Yeah, Ballon d'Or. Not yet. It will happen, won't it? Right, but Declan Rice. So right-sided. So essentially the right-sided 8 or number 10.
I think it's going to be Odegaard.
I think Odegaard.
Yeah.
You could play Eze if you want to give Eze more minutes. There's an argument that he will.
Who are you going to stick Odegaard in there? I think
it will be Odegaard, and look, he's our best player in that position. For some reason, though, I don't know why. I know he had a stinker and he's not been playing well, Eze. I feel like these are the sort of games Eze comes alive. Tottenham at home, hat-trick. For Palace last season, he scored in the semi, scored in the final. I feel like Eze does rise to these occasions. So if I saw him on the pitch, I wouldn't be upset at all, but I do think he'll go with Odegaard.
So right side of the front 3.
This one's interesting. I would play Saka.
Yeah, same.
He just had a full 90-minute rest, didn't even come off.
100%.
Stick him in there.
We need Saka to have a big game.
Yeah.
Left side.
We had a chat about this. You said Martinelli.
I say
He scored a
Martinelli.
hat-trick. If he starts, I understand.
I agree with that.
I will go Trossard, just because I think he is the better player, has been better this season.
Yeah.
But Martinelli scored a hat-trick, so I probably
He's
will
on
be
a roll.
Up top.
Oh, yeah, this is tough as well.
I'm going to put it straight out there because I feel really strongly about this. Gyökeres.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why, I think he needs game time.
Yeah.
And if he's not working after 60 minutes, you've got Kai Havertz and you've got Jesus.
Yeah.
Also, you can bring Jesus on for either Martinelli or for Saka, and you can bring Kai Havertz on, and stick him in a variety of positions as well. So, but ideally in the 9. So
I think I would go Gyökeres. You know what is sad though? Havertz came on for 20 minutes?
I know, but you can't play him.
And he actually looked good. I'm not Havertz's biggest fan at all.
I don't want to rush him back.
Gyökeres has been,
Do you know
has
what I
been
mean?
off it, man. So
I am just about to send that straight over, and you will see that arrive on the screen very shortly. Fantastic piece of kit, this app. Absolutely love it. Get involved, guys. Also, get involved in chat column. Get involved with the super chats. And if you've got any questions for the absolutely awesome panel, we'll read them out and we'll discuss them. But yeah, guys, so we've got about 5 minutes until the official team news comes out. What are your thoughts and feelings surrounding this game, Christian? Because listen, it's a massive game. I've personally been really excited for this game since the Portsmouth game on Sunday. Literally, as soon as that finished, I was like, we've got a big game midweek. I'll be honest with you, last night I could hardly sleep, actually, thinking about this game. Really? I'm being honest with you. I was thinking about this game, and I just love the occasion. You know, it's under the lights, Stamford Bridge. We're getting into the part of the season where we're starting to see some real matchups. And, you know, bear in mind, you've got the Champions League coming up. You've got the knockouts of that. Big games, man. I remember the end of last season, the games he was having, the Real Madrid, the PSG, these are big occasions. This is what football's about. And tonight is the first of many.
All thanks to Mikel Arteta.
Oh.
All thanks to Mikel Arteta.
There you go, mate.
yeah, thanks to Mikel, thanks to
Andrea Berta.
praise Andrea Berta, the Cronkies, for finally investing in the club after however long to get us a squad that can challenge on all fronts now. If this was under Arsene Wenger, we're seeing them on the screen there 15, 20 years ago, you'd be seeing academy players coming on to playing tonight. Do you know what I mean? In the final, you'd be seeing academy players, young. Exactly, we did that against Chelsea in the final and lost. So, yeah, you got to praise the recruitment. You got to praise Arteta for the squad that we've built. But yeah, Chelsea are going to go strong. Rosini's second game, his first big game against a Premier League opposition. Going to want to make a statement. Going to want to win. So. Yeah, I do think we're playing a different version of Chelsea than when we played them last time. I said this to you, Dan, just before we started. That version of Chelsea that we drew at 1-1 with when they went down to 10 men, they were on a winning streak. They just beaten Barcelona. Confidence was high. Everyone was fit. They were going into that game thinking, if we win this game, maybe there's a title charge on. Since then, Arsenal, we've carried on our trajectory and our momentum. They've gone downhill.
They have.
You know, the game they won on the weekend, I know they won at 5-1, but before that, I can't remember the last time they'd won a game. They drew against City in the last minute, which was a good result, but genuinely, they've been on a terrible run. So, if you look at where the two teams are, they've just sacked a coach. Caicedo isn't fit. You know, this is kind of their season on the line.
Caicedo's not available.
Caicedo's not available, yeah. What did I say?
He's not fit.
Sorry, yeah, he's suspended.
Yeah, he's suspended.
This is their season on the line.
Surprise.
Yeah, no, it's true. This is everything for them. They're going to be fighting so hard because if they lose this, say comprehensively 2-3-0 when it's done, that could be their season done. They ain't winning the Champions League. The Premier League's done. So yeah.
Couple of minutes before the official team news comes out, we'll read out a couple of super chats. So one from @TyrellGunnerTV. If it's who I think it is, I was actually on a TikTok live with him. Does some absolutely awesome content. So shout out to him and follow him on TikTok. Big up, guys. 2-1 Arsenal tonight for Kepa. Has to start. It just has to be Kepa. We're saying I agree with that for tonight. Listen, if he messes it up, makes mistakes, you can always bring Raya on in the second leg. But you know, I think he's got to have that chance in the League Cup. Otherwise, what's he here for?
Also, how many other games will he get to play?
He ain't going to get to play many. He might give him Inter Milan and Kairat.
Yeah, he could get Inter Milan and Kairat. But that would probably be it then, wouldn't it?
He might get fourth round.
Maybe in the FA Cup as well. Yeah, so there are still
he might do.
few games for him.
So big up yourself, Tyrell. Thanks for the super chat. Most appreciated. Keep him coming in. And so @PedonMyPants. I love that handle. Some of these handles are absolutely unbelievable. Unrelated, and some of the super chats as well. You missed a good one last week, Christian. Unrelated, but what happened to the City charges? We weren't supposed to hear in December. You just clocked on. Here in December. Big up from Minnesota. Yeah, guys, let us know where you are watching from in the world. And yeah, good stuff. So yeah, unrelated, but what happened to the City charges? Weren't supposed to hear in December. Big up from Minnesota. What has happened to the City charges?
I forgot about them, you know.
Do you think this could be something that comes out? And if Arsenal manage to go, dare I say it, like 15 points clear, then what they'll do is then they'll hit City with like a 6-point deduction. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
right at the end of the season when it's all basically buttoned up and it doesn't even matter. You know?
I couldn't care less, man.
Yeah, all
I
right.
don't know what's... No, but genuinely, like, all these charges... I know a lot of creators like make video. I don't know what's going on with all of that. It's all legal. I want to watch football. I focus on what's going on the pitch. Like I don't know, man.
All you want to do is watch football and do content.
100%. That's what all of us want to do.
But not about the city.
People get a bit too involved in, they broke these rules and this and that. I'm like, if they've broken the rules, I hope they get punished for it. If they haven't, I'm not going to. I don't know what's going on.
All we can do is what we do. So
the way I see it, they also won it. They still went out and won it. The players still won it. Whether they should have bought those players or not, it doesn't matter. It's happened now. It's done.
Yeah.
There's no way I'd be celebrating Arsenal winning the last 3 league titles or whatever, or two of them, because Liverpool won one.
Yeah.
No way.
Well, imagine now they turn around and hand us the 23-24 title. What are you going to do? Go and have a parade?
I was so scared.
3 Premier League trophies.
Do you know how scared I was, Marty, during that season that they were going to take it off them when we were going neck and neck and we'd win it like that? It just wouldn't be the same. So
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I mean...
I'd rather them take it off them for the beginning of next season and start like
I also don't think it was even those seasons. I'm pretty sure it was up to like 2021. It was from like 2014 to something like that. I don't think the season will actually push them.
Exactly, they might end up
or even in the thing.
Sorry, I was going to say, is the team news out yet? Just quickly,
it is.
It is, yeah. You know what I mean? Right, so team news is out. Thanks, Christian.
Not my fault. I thought you were on that.
Right, team news is out. So, in goal, Kepa. White, Saliba, Gabriel and Timber.
Yeah, he's done
There
it.
you go.
And a midfield three of...
Zubimendi, Rice, Odegaard.
You got it, Christian. And a front three of...
Gyökeres,
Yeah.
Martinelli.
No.
Saka and Trossard.
Saka and Trossard.
Called it apart from the goalkeeper, I called it.
strong as he
So
could have
that is
went.
the team news of
Right,
Kepa, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, Rice, Zubimendi, Odegaard, Saka, Trossard and Gyökeres. And on the bench we have Raya, Jesus, Eze, Martinelli, Norgard, Madueke, Marino, Havertz and Lewis Skelly. Havertz is back on the bench.
We really can't complain about any injury problems now, can we?
Strong bench, isn't it? Very,
so strong.
Everyone pretty much, apart from Mascara and Calafiori.
very.
Capia.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I know, very, very short. So, and the Chelsea 11 to face Arsenal is Sanchez in goal. What a touch. Achiampong, Chalobah, Fofana, Cucurella, Enzo, Santos, Esteval, Pedro, Neto, Gui.
Starting.
No Reece James.
Who's up top for them?
No Reece James at all. Up top, you've got Neto, Esteval. It will be Esteval.
Mark Guy.
Yeah, and Mark Guy. On the bench.
Mark Gui. G-U-I-U.
Yeah. On the bench, they've got Yorkson, Badishil, Tosin, Hato, Esugo, Buonanotte, Garnacho, George, and Mueke.
Wow, we've got to win
we've
this
got to
game.
go there and 3-0
No Palmer. And no Reece James.
Palmer always
No
kind of ducks the
Caicedo.
Arsenal game.
Wow.
He does duck it a bit. No Caicedo, he's not in the obviously.
No
He
Reece
does
James,
duck
no
it.
Caicedo, no Palmer.
He's got Arsenal
Is
phobia.
James on the bench?
No.
No, James ain't even in the squad. So you got
but they do have to manage
Chelsea
him, don't
team
they?
to face Arsenal again is Sanchez. What's it?
Achiampong.
Ashiampong, Chalobah, Fofana, Cucurella, Enzo, Andre Santos, Esteval, Pedro, Neto, and Gui.
Pedro.
When you're saying that, Pedro, Neto.
Yeah, this
what?
is one person, isn't it?
João Pedro and then Pedro
João
Neto.
Pedro.
Oh, I thought you just meant Pedro Neto.
Pedro, and then Neto.
Yeah.
João Pedro is.
João
João Pedro, yeah.
okay.
It reads like that.
Pedro
So.
Neto.
Yeah, cool. So just quickly, another couple of super chats I'm going to read out. So at M Kwame 04, are any of our strikers at Arsenal better than Welbs?
Danny Welbeck.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Danny
of
Welbeck's been
course.
on fire at the minute. He's been decent,
How old
man.
is this man?
I think they're all better than
He's
Danny
like
Welbeck.
34, I think.
Yeah.
34? Is it not a bit older?
He's around that. Great player, but
Yeah.
he was at Arsenal. He had his chance.
He
was
did.
decent. It was nothing special.
Yeah.
I think where he suits a club like Brighton. You know, he had his chance at United and at Arsenal. It wasn't
There's loads of players like that, though, aren't there? Like Chris Wood, when he scored 25 goals for Forest, he wouldn't come to Arsenal and do that. You know?
And just mad injury problems as well. If he was injury free and could level up his game consistently in the team, maybe he would have been a top player. But I think Brighton, that's kind of his level. A very good player at Brighton.
Yeah. So at CKE91, 2 games already jealous of Semenyo at City.
You don't need to be jealous, man. Why are you jealous? We're above them in the league. We're top of the champion. What's to be jealous about?
Oh, he's asking a question, isn't he?
Nah, nothing to be jealous
That's
about.
a very
at all.
good signing from
Do you
City.
know
sign,
what? I'll be
100%.
honest with you. He has fitted into that City set.
Yeah.
I know it's 2 games against one, was it Exeter, and then obviously last night, he was good, but he does look like he's slotted straight into that side, and he's playing really well.
But very good signing. I would definitely have taken him at Arsenal, but to say you're jealous, nah.
At I killed zombie 2140, watching Arsenal instead of Nigeria? LOL, same NGL.
So annoying those 2 fixtures at the same time. I'm gutted.
Here we go. This is one for you, Liv. At KV-NL1LJ. Liv, I think I saw you on Amazon Prime on Malice.
Yes, you did. Yes.
Oh, would you like to enlighten us, please?
I just did a tiny little cameo in that new series with David Duchovny and Jack Whitehall. My scene was with Jack Whitehall.
Oh, you kept that one
They
quiet.
cut most of it, so I've not said anything because
Only
it's literally
the
20 seconds.
The face of Fanta, but you're in Malice as well.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Wow. Superstar. Hollywood beckons. From AFTV to Hollywood. Wow. So at Robbins Music 856, greetings from freezing Finland. Hope you're all good. Can't wait to beat the shin kickers. Come on, you Gunners. Well, yeah. Do you reckon it's going to be another WrestleMania event tonight?
I think it will be, and I think Cucurella will be leading that.
You reckon?
Yeah. Just have
Hopefully he
a
gets
feeling.
himself sent off after 20 minutes.
Oh, he's so annoying.
At a true gent.
That's from a couple of weeks ago, isn't it? When we were chatting
it's
about
not. No, it wasn't. No, I can read that out, can't I?
No, that's the same guy that sent it. Remember when me, you and Lee were discussing it? And I didn't know what it was.
Okay.
It's the same guy.
Okay, a true gent. The ring piece is sensing a win this time, guys.
What?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know what it was either.
Yeah, so it means he's squeaky bum time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
Yeah, squeaky bum time. At Kaplan Sports, Olivia, how are you, day? Bless up production and team.
I'm well, thank you.
Yeah.
If that's what you meant.
Apart from that.
Yeah, I'm alright. I've just got a peg leg. It's just a bit embarrassing. So, but it is what it is. Thank you for
Was it a
asking.
sporting
That's
injury, did
very
you say?
sweet.
Sporting injury, was
Is
it?
that the story again, Liv?
Oh, yeah, what did happen?
I will limp off this stream, you know. I will hobble off.
Film an
back
Amazon
home.
Was
series.
it an injury or did...
Yes, there's an injury. An injury. I slipped and fell. I broke something. They put it back together.
Okay.
Here we are.
Sounds like a feasible story.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to the football. So Dan, listen. Honestly, do you think this game is going to be tight, or do you think it's going to be comfortable, or do you think Chelsea are going to turn up and do a number on us?
As you said, Marty, it's under the lights. They're going to be well up for it. I think they know, listen, you never know with Chelsea in the Champions League, but they haven't got the players to do that for me now, to even go far in it. So I think this is last chance saloon for them. They've got the FA Cup, so they've got a chance in that. But just seeing the lineups, I think we're going to go then. It's going to be men against boys.
Should be.
Do you?
Because, I mean, how many players do they have over 25 on that team? Reece James is such an important player for them. We saw when we went there last time at Stamford Bridge, he got man of the match and he was phenomenal. He is their leader, he's their best player, head and shoulders above anyone else. So I expect us to go there and I expect it to be comfortable.
Yeah, I think it will be, mate. So, Liv, interesting question. Obviously, no Cole Palmer, the side they've got, the side that Chelsea have picked. Do you think they're going to be strong enough to do the business on us tonight?
No. Do you know what it is? It's obviously a difficult place to go. I think the fans are going to be well up for it tonight as well. I do think we are the better team. Caicedo's not available. No Palmer, no Reece James. Those three.
Three pivotal players.
I'd say
in that
like the
Chelsea
biggest
side.
threat. Esteval is a threat though, up front. Yeah, I think similar to you, men against boys, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, a chance to make a big statement. Just looking at that team, I'm surprised what's going on. It's literally the equivalent of, imagine Chelsea at their best, with their best squad they've had in years, top of the league, top of the Champions League, in form, come into the Emirates and we don't have, and we're not at our best, but we're missing our three best players. We're missing our best defender, Declan Rice and Saka.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent of what's going on.
True.
Exactly.
Great point.
Exactly.
Should go there and turn them over.
Yeah, we kind of have to.
A question that I want to sort of ask, which is something I've been thinking about, is obviously Liam Rosenior coming into his, this role at Chelsea. It's a role that personally, you know, Chelsea come knocking as a manager. You don't turn it down. It seemed like he was happy where he was, but obviously he's gone into this. This is probably his earliest opportunity to get silverware. Obviously, with essentially you win and you draw, or you could lose a game and win the next game.
Could draw both,
and you
go through on penalties.
or you go draw both, go through on penalties. You're in a final. If he goes on and wins a bit of silverware early March, I think the final's in. Does that would ease some serious pressure, because obviously there's a lot of pressure from Chelsea fans. A lot of Chelsea fans weren't happy with Liam Rosenior being appointed as Chelsea manager.
I get that.
I've seen it all over social media. Some of them losing their minds over it.
Yeah.
And then obviously he goes and does that. Obviously Chelsea's probably there. If you ask a Chelsea fan, what would you rather, Champions League or winning the Carabao Cup? They'd probably fancy a bit Champions League football, if I'm honest with you, for next season.
You're talking about qualifying for the Champions League.
Yeah.
Winning.
I thought you meant
No, not winning, qualifying for the Champions League.
Yeah.
It's a serious. Look, they've had to leave out Palmer, James.
Hold on, wait. So Palmer's fit, but he's just not in the squad.
No, he's not fit. I think he's got.
he's not. Yeah.
From what I've heard, there's a groin
You are
problem.
right though. He does always seem to have these little issues when
I
he
thought
plays
you were going to
Arsenal.
say mental problem, the way you were tapping your head.
Yeah, what's going on with Palmer now reminds me of what happened with Odegaard. You know, he just can't quite find his fitness, even when he has come back. You see him glimpses here and there, but he's not quite the same player.
Do you know who he done best under? Pochettino. And who else did really good under Pochettino that is now not good at all? Dele Alli was phenomenal under Pochettino. Palmer had played his best season under Pochettino. He seems to get the best out of these players and that attacking that sort of position just off the striker position. Since then, Palmer, I mean, he looked like a generational talent.
I do think it's an injury thing, though.
Yeah.
I think if he didn't get injured, he still would.
And I think he can
would be
come
great,
back from
'cause
it.
He did have moments of
I expected
being very
to,
good
but
under.
we all expected Dele Alli to come back
Maresca.
from it as well. At one
Yeah, it
point.
happens. That would be sad, though. Do you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I don't think he's finished. It just takes time with these kind of injuries. But yeah, he can't stay 100% fit. I think they all were doubts for this game. It's not a shock. Like if you if you listen to Rosenior, what he was saying, Reece James was a doubt, Palmer was a doubt. We knew Caicedo was suspended, so they've obviously looked at it and thought it's not worth risking it. Like you just made a good point. It may as well go try and finish strong in the league.
Yeah, but is that it? I mean, look, this is a serious proposition. You're leaving out 3 players like that. I don't know what's up with Reece James, but I've heard Palmer's got a groin problem.
They manage him though.
Are
don't
they
have to manage him
literally
properly.
being like, look, you know, we want champions. That is our goal with Champions League football. We haven't got the squad to compete with Arsenal. They're probably going to beat us. Let's manage it. Let's not get embarrassed. But you know, let's try and win the game, obviously. But you know, if we can. But I'm not going to risk these players because we need them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, pretty much.
This is the perfect game for a new manager coming in at Chelsea.
Yeah, it is,
where
you're
the fans are not happy. If he can get a result against Arsenal at Stamford Bridge, in front of their home crowd, and beat Arsenal, they will start to take to him. That's football changes very quickly.
It's only perfect if you win, though, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
In his mind, if he goes out and gets battered tonight,
exactly.
it's the opposite of the perfect.
With that
game.
lineup, it depends because he is a very attacking manager.
Yeah.
And look, he's an inexperienced manager as well. You know, I know he's managed in France and I think it was Derby and Hull, but if he goes out there and tries to make a statement today, he seems very confident as well. If he goes out there and says just play and sort of go for it, we could pick him off. Because when teams play against us, you look at our best performances this season. Most of them have been against big teams. I know Tottenham are not such a big team, but it's a big game for us. Put 4 past them. Aston Villa put 4 past them after they was on an 11 winning streak. Beat Bayern Munich 3-1. Atletico Madrid 4-0. You know, so when teams come out and play a little bit, spaces open up for us.
Did you see a 4-0
I think that's
on the
when we're at the best. I could see a 4-0 on the cards.
Yeah, well, we're going to come to
good.
predictions shortly, so I'm looking forward to this. So a quick super chat at Daddy012. You know, when you've got a good handle like that, you know there's going to be a decent chat backed up behind it. I slipped and fell and fractured my L1. Can we be crippled together? Cheering together? No jumping for either of us. They're creative, these, I tell you.
Oh, yeah.
This makes my day,
over,
honestly.
mate. We'll go for it together.
Yeah, that's it. Watch a game. Do you know what I mean? Get the popcorn out. Yeah, good stuff. Here we go. At Idris07, Christian Ty. Did the Christian Ty look recently? Great outfit.
Did the Christian Ty look?
Did the Christian Ty look recently? Great outfit.
What is the look?
Well, is this the Christian tie?
Is it the long sleeve under the t-shirt?
It's the style, it's the swag.
I haven't worn a t-shirt in it. I've been wearing
panache.
jumpers recently, but it's a bit warmer today, so I was like,
Maybe it's the hair.
maybe it is.
Always very well groomed.
Bit of Jon Snow.
A style icon.
He's an icon.
Love that for you.
He looks like he's fresh out of the set of Made in Chelsea.
That's usually in your intro, isn't it?
Yeah, I
missed that one today.
I chop them up, man. I like to come with different intros, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah. You'll have one of them Declan Rice L'Oreal adverts soon, won't you?
Shout out L'Oreal.
Yeah, big up L'Oreal.
Where's my call up?
Christian
I see
tie.
Cecil in the box.
Yeah.
I want to be in the box. L'Oreal, come on.
Hook up my man
going
Christian
on?
tie with the L'Oreal. Paid partnership. Yeah,
I need that.
He's ready. I'm waiting.
I'm ready.
Yeah. So, what I'm going to do quickly is I'm going to go for some predictions. We've had the team out. I just want to go into predictions. I know it's a little bit earlier. Usually we do it at the end of the show, but I'm going to mix it up just because I'm feeling like that today. So I'm going to come to you first, Liv.
Oh, I was going to go 2-1, but now we've had that discussion, I think I'm actually going to go 3-1.
Okay. Why?
Just really just honing in on the fact that they are missing their 3 best players. Obviously, new manager. I mean, they could have like a massive new manager bounce, I suppose. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm
3-1.
confident. Yeah.
I like that. That's a good scoreline. Dan, coming over to you, Mr. Positive.
I'm going to go 3-0 to Arsenal.
I like
Do you know what? One thing I was just thinking then, I just want to see in a game if Arsenal go 2. Well, no, I don't want to see this, but if Arsenal, how you'd react, Mr. Positive, how he'd react if Arsenal went behind to the Chelsea team in the middle of the game. He's got a smile, always got a smile in his face. He's always happy. But
See, the thing is, what's funny about that is,
let's talk about it, Dan.
obviously Dan, who I do my show with, we call him Negative Dan and Positive Dan. It started off as a bit of a joke, right? But it kind of stuck. But we had never watched a game together. And then when we went up to a game together at the Emirates, he couldn't believe how different I was. And I was like, listen, when I'm at the game, there's emotion in it. If someone makes a bad pass, I'm not going to be like, oh, great. You know what I mean?
That's all right.
Don't worry,
Next
do it
time.
again.
Someone misses an open goal.
Do you know,
Don't worry, mate.
exactly.
There'll be another one of them.
There was a comment in the last watch along we did, and they were like, "This guy needs to be rebranded because he was moaning throughout the game." Yeah, it's what you do when you're watching your team. He's getting frustrated,
So another one is
no matter who you're
this
playing.
guy needs to stop mixing his gravy with his ketchup or something like that as well. Something brilliant.
Yeah, I know. I don't know where they got that from. What it was creamy mash,
That's it.
Oh,
chicken
yes.
and beans.
On
That's
your-
what it was.
Oh, yes, I remember now.
Not ketchup.
So score.
Score. I'm going for 3-0 to the Arsenal.
3-0. It's a decent scoreline. Christian tie.
After seeing that team, it's all changed. I did a 1-0. I said 1-0 earlier. But yeah,
I went 2-1 earlier.
No Reece James is huge, man.
It's massive.
No Palmer. I'll go 2-0.
2-0.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I was going 3-1 before, right? I did think 3-1 before. But now the team's come out, we've gone strong. Do you know, I think I might stick with a 3-1 because I was going to change it to 4-0, but
We should
We could.
be putting them to the sword.
Yeah.
do you know
I'll
what?
be so disappointed after this game if we don't come away with it.
Thing is, though, if it's 2-0, he will start bringing players off.
I don't know. I think he'll go for the third and then he'll make the changes. But one thing, we were talking about this earlier, and I hate to say it, I'll go with my prediction, I'd go with 3-1 or 4-0, but I know I can't have 2. But if I'm honest, there is the really realistic football side of me that kind of understands the game, understands how the first legs go, especially at Stamford Bridge, the games against Arsenal and Chelsea in the first place, a draw. And then I think Arteta, if I'm honest with you, probably fancied a draw. I think that's it, and then take it back to the Emirates and we'll roll them at the Emirates.
I don't know.
I know.
Not against that
once
Chelsea
you've
team.
seen that lineup.
No, I know.
You
It's
know
there
what's
for the
funny
taking.
is that when when we played them, I went to Stamford Bridge when we played them, and I was so confident. And walking down to the stadium, we found out that Saliba and Gabriel, none of them were playing, and it was Nketiah and Mosquera, our first start together. And straight away, my confidence just went vroom.
Yeah.
Now my confidence has gone from vroom to up there this time, playing them. So
100%.
What scoreline do you think? Obviously, I know 5-0. What scoreline effectively ends the tie?
1-0.
Do you think?
Yeah, they ain't beating us at the Emirates.
1-0. That's
100%. No one's beat us at the Emirates.
Love
I think this
that.
version of Chelsea with a new manager is going to come and beat us at the Emirates. There's no
good
way.
shout, Christian. That's a
Absolutely
good
no
shout.
way. And there's no chance we're not scoring at the Emirates as well.
But look, I mean, 2-0 it would be done. Obviously 1-0 they'd have a faint chance of coming in.
Then of course they'd have a chance, yeah, puncher's chance. But
we could get injuries, you never know.
You don't know what might happen. But
I would take a 1-0 now, and I think the tie's done.
I think a 2-goal difference.
This is why I say Arteta will have a mind on keeping it tight and not conceding any silly goals or, you know, and being happy with that. I'd love. Do you know what? There's nothing better that I would love than to see this Arsenal team tonight go to Stamford Bridge and absolutely destroy them, 4-0 them, wheel away with a great result. Because do you know what?
We beat
like Chelsea fans as well. Like they've got this thing. They're like, oh yeah, you need to win trophies and. You know, all this, where's your European Cup? And they just need a good drilling at their ground. I was in the Barbers the other day and they was all hammering me, like, there's a free Chelsea fan, just absolutely destroying. Go, where's your European Cup and all this? And I was just like, I need to get my hair cut, mate. I don't really need this. And I was just thinking, I was thinking, like, wait till Wednesday night and we'll have a talk on Thursday. Obviously, it's 2 legs. But
go back in for another trim.
Oh yeah, I will. I'll be in there tomorrow. If we go 4-0, I'll be in there tomorrow morning, even though I don't need a trim. Yeah. But that's standard.
The team news has given me so much confidence. If you put the Chelsea team on paper and went, they're playing Arsenal tomorrow, take one player out that you don't want to play against. My first player I'd take out would be Reece James. Yeah. Second 100%. Player would be Caicedo. Third player would be Cole Palmer. They're all missing.
However,
massive opportunity.
When we were playing Liverpool at the Emirates, we was all predicting that we were going to go over there and we was going to steamroll them because they had a lot of players. They were missing Isak, Salah, they were missing their 3 best attackers as well, and it ended up being a 0-0.
Yeah, that's true.
I think my results like that, like the 3-1, is based on what I know we can do to teams. Yeah. Like the Bayern Munich, you know, I remember predicting the Bayern Munich result, and I said, we'll beat them 2-0, and I think I was with Robbie and Lee on the starting 11. They were like, looked at me, they were like, what? You know, and the other results like the Atletico Madrid, I think I fancied a 2-0 or a 3-0. That 3-1 is based on what I know we can do to teams, and that. But I do understand it will be tight. You know, it probably will be a tight game, and it probably won't be that easy, even though they are without players.
Yeah,
we haven't really had a big away win, so not that I can think of so far this season. We scored 3 against Bournemouth, but we conceded 2.
Yeah.
Who else have we really gone and like comprehensively beat away from home?
Yeah,
can't really think of any games.
No one really.
Maybe Champions League we beat.
PSV 7. That was last.
No, last season. Who did we beat 3-0? Madueke scored the banger.
Oh yeah.
Club Brugge.
Club Brugge.
Yeah,
he scored 2 goals.
He scored 2. But apart from that, in the Premier League especially. Not that we've struggled away from home, but we've ground out results. We've kept clean sheets, a lot of 1-0s, 2-1s. So, yeah, it might be tough. But like I said, the confidence I've got now from seeing that those 3 players are missing, obviously I'm much more confident.
So, guys, just the Arsenal team news again. We've got Kepa in goal, White at right back, Saliba, Gabriel and Timber. Zubimendi, Rice, Odegaard as the captain, Trossard, Gyökeres and Saka. The Chelsea team to face Arsenal, Sanchez in goal. Achiampong, Chalobah, Fofana, Cucurella, Enzo, Andre Santos, Esteval, Pedro, Neto and Gui. Interesting times. It's going to be a serious atmosphere there tonight. They're going to be absolutely... That place is going to be rocking, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely, for sure, 100%. It was when I went to the previous game, and the away fans are right next to them. It's an old school stadium. It's got a real good feel to it, especially under the lights. It'll be a special atmosphere, and if they score first, goals change games. If they score an early goal, we could be under it a bit. So I think we'll try and keep them quiet in the crowd in the first maybe 20 minutes, half hour. And listen, we'll probably score a set piece, won't we? Gabriel, I remember us getting a 1-0 win over there in the 23-24 season, but Chelsea were a lot better.
I was at that game.
You was at that game?
Sat in the Chelsea fans.
Yeah. Did you?
Yeah, I was.
No way.
Behind enemy lines, man. I remember after the game, Edu and them lot were up in the director's bit, and I was wearing this thing that goes on my face, and I put it down, and I was like, pointing at Edu. I was like, come on. And he looked down, I was in all the Chelsea fans. He was like, what? He's so confused. I was like, come on.
That's brilliant.
And he was like, oh, come on. It was mad. So crazy. But yeah.
I love that.
So they haven't beat us since, 2021?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
So I would be so surprised if this version of Chelsea beat us tonight.
Do you know what? I'll tell you, speaking of that, I remember this was when I was younger. My mum at the time, she worked in London, and her boss.
Your mum at the time?
No, mum.
Different to your mum now.
No, it's different mum now. No, she, her boss had tickets, season tickets to Chelsea, and it was Chelsea Arsenal, and obviously asked to use them, but we had to sit in the Chelsea end. But luckily enough, I was only 12 years old. And it was a good game of football actually. We went 1-0 up, 1-0, 2-1, and it was when Winterburn scored that last-minute winner. And I remember I seen the Matthew Harding stand right in the middle of everyone, and it was literally 30 yards out. He smashed it in the top corner, and I went berserk. And obviously, my mum was like, "Oh, sit down." Everyone looked round, and it was like, and at that age, you don't really know what's listening. And back then, we're talking in the 90s, so football was a little bit different from what it is now. It's about to get lynched. It was only because I was so young that I didn't. But yeah, it's good fun.
Right, who else scored another goal like that, similar one a few years later?
For Arsenal against Chelsea? Not Clano.
Another left back.
Oh. Ashley Cole?
Silvinho. Remember Silvinho?
Oh, yeah, I do remember. Gold kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, quick super chat. At Nathan J. Wilton 1. This one's for you, Christian. Christian saying Wenger should be playing academy players. He funded the stadium and keeping us top 4. Arteta has spent a lot for his squad.
Christian saying Wenger what?
Let me read this out again.
I said Wenger would be. Is that what he said?
Christian saying Wenger would be playing academy players.
Yeah.
He funded the stadium and keeping us top 4. Arteta has spent a lot for his squad. Basically saying Arteta would... Wenger would be playing the academy players.
Yeah, I agree.
Arteta has spent a lot on his squad, so he basically doesn't have to play the academy players.
100% agree.
Good, well,
Nothing to disagree
there
with.
you go. You've heard it first.
There's no argument. Arteta's been given way more backing and money than Wenger ever had. Wenger had. Robbie did it. We spoke to Rob the other day when he spoke to Wenger about the finances and funds. We couldn't bring in players in that time. We knew it. We had to sell all our best players. It wasn't necessarily Wenger's fault. It wasn't Wenger's fault at all, but... Yeah, we're in a different place now, so we can afford to play a strong.
We can indeed.
I agree with that.
Yeah, do you remember another absolute screamer scored in this fixture?
SEN.
No, if I was talking more for Arsenal, but
SEN was
Ray
a screamer,
Parlour.
Oh,
Cup
go
final.
on.
Freddie Ljungberg as well.
Ray Parlour, when was that?
Yeah, FA Cup final
There you
2002.
go.
Come on.
What a goal that was.
It's only Ray Parlour.
I was 2.
I was
Top
6.
corner.
I was 2 or 3 years old.
I was in the Tollington pub watching that. Yeah, that was brilliant.
Do you know what? You've probably missed some of the best years of Well, you have missed the best years.
Of course I've missed the best years.
Mate, honestly.
I always feel like that. I can never join in the conversation. It sounds so good.
So funny because the first because I actually went on AFTV in 2018 once and then never came back on again. It
Got kicked off.
It was on Wenger's last game, and he interviewed me and Ty together, and I said all the memorable moments, and I said I was in the pub at 6 years old watching Arsenal win the double, and someone in the comments went, "What was this guy doing in the pub at 6 years old?" If that person's watching, I was in there with my dad, right? It wasn't on my own, just necking pints at 6.
But that's the thing about those years. I remember more about Invincibles, even Champions League final. I was 10 years old. I remember more like watching my dad watch the game than actually watching the game.
Yeah.
I mean, at 10, don't get me wrong, I loved Arsenal, I had the shirts, but you don't have the same emotion and kind of the jeopardy isn't the same.
Yeah, because
when you get to an adult,
do you know what? I get it. Like it's like winning the league. Like we haven't won the league, obviously. I know 20 odd years, but obviously we need to win it because we haven't won it so long. But there's a lot of fans that haven't really seen us win, really. And
Ella wasn't born.
Yeah, no.
Ella wasn't alive
You
when
would have
last time
been
won the league.
24. I would have been
Mate,
14.
When's this? For what? When we won what?
When Arsenal won the league.
Yeah.
Mate,
I was 2.
You was like
2004.
10,
Or
was you?
3.
I remember the League Cup in '87, winning that, beating Liverpool 2-1. Like that was George Graham's first trophy. That was nuts. And then '88, '89. I know it sounds really but that night was phenomenal. And then obviously the 1991, all of those years, and then the 2004 Invincible season, and even the Champions League final. Obviously we lost it, but those years, watching that football, man, it's just
I'm so
good.
jealous of you.
So I kind of feel
Well, we've kind of got it now. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
Well,
3 years in a row
we've got
where
to win something.
we've been brilliant. There's been some amazing football to watch. Exactly. The only difference is the biggest difference of not.
We just need the
lifting a
trophies
trophy.
now. Everything's there. Everything is set in place for
100%.
this club now to win trophies, and that's why this Carabao Cup is so huge, because this could be the domino effect now. Man City, I remember they first won their FA Cup against Stoke in the final. Yaya Toure scored, I think it was, and after that they just won trophy after trophy. I mean, the other day I was giving Big Steve a bit of stick, the Man City fan, on Instagram and that, and then I said, look, he said, don't get too excited, and he said, enjoy it while you can. I said, I will, I'm enjoying it. And he said, well, I've been enjoying it for 10 years. And I thought, wow. Like, they have been enjoying it.
But you see, right, and I'll level with you guys on this. Like the Man City thing, which if I'm honest, I'm still sort of struggling. I know they won the treble and all that, struggling to wrap my head around. Because I remember Man City being a Championship or League One side. That's how I know them as a side we used to batter.
Yeah.
That's for years. This
you
went
can't
on for
take away what they've done
years.
now, though.
Like, it's only like like Chelsea. Do you know what? Like they've had 20 good years, but they're now reverting back to that team that they were, that mid-table place. I remember we used to hammer them like in the 80s and 90s. In the 80s they were terrible. In the 90s they weren't that good either. It was only in the late 90s and early 2000s when Abramovich came in and took over Chelsea. They were, they were a serious outfit and they won everything. But before that, it was like, and I remember that whole takeover of everything. And so these teams, it's like when they, a lot of younger Chelsea fans, they're like, but actually, if you actually look, we've won more trophies than you. They're like, oh, you need to win some trophies. Yeah, I'm not just talking the last 20 years, I'm talking about throughout history,
But then if you're a 20-year-old Chelsea fan, do you care about what happened before you were born? Or do you care about what happened while you were supporting Chelsea?
I get that. I'd definitely be worried. I'd definitely care about what's going on now.
Yeah, exactly. And we need to do it now. I want to look back in 20 years the same way you look back at the Invincibles. And this team, like we're saying, is on the precipice of doing that. Go and win this trophy. Go and win the Premier League. Challenge for the Champions League. Yeah. So we are challenging on all four fronts. I don't think we're going to do a quadruple, but get this under your belts and a Premier League, a double there. I'll take that this season.
So I want to show you guys something that I pulled up actually the other night. So I've got it here. We are first in the Champions League, first in the Premier League, semi-final of the Carabao Cup, fourth round of the FA Cup. Is there a better position we could be in right here, right now?
No, but it doesn't mean anything unless we actually go and get it over the line, does it? So, yeah, we've been in good positions previous seasons, just have to make sure this year's different.
Okay. So realistically, if you're looking at it, how many, It's 15:15.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I need the toilet.
We're live again in 10 minutes.
I really need it.
Oh, cool. All right, cool. No problem. So I'm going to wrap it all up here, guys. Listen, these guys have had enough. They don't want to be here anymore. Christian wants to go to the toilet. So we're going to call it. We're going to cut it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my absolutely awesome panel. Thank you to Liv Simpson.
You smacked me. Thank you.
No, don't worry, not yet. Not yet. Thank you to Dan, Positive Dan, and Mr. Christian Ty. So guys, we are going to be back at 7:30 for the watch along. It's going to be big. I can't wait. It is Chelsea versus Arsenal in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup live at Stamford Bridge. And I've got this beautiful mob with me. So get involved. Catch you soon. Stay tuned. Signing out.